Update on Captain America. We had our second date last Thursday. He picked sushi, text me the place. Oh, bold. I like it. Didn't like back and forth for days asking me what's my favorite. He just picked a fucking place. Thank you. I said, is it cool as long as it's gluten-free? You know what this man says to me? I'll call the restaurant and ask. What? And he did. And then he texted me back and let me know, yep, they have a whole gluten-free menu. That's how low the bar is. This man just shows me some, I don't know, common decency and just some kindness towards his date and her allergy. And I'm like, oh, you're so thoughtful. I mean, he is thoughtful. So we're going out again this week. We've planned for Thursday again because it's when I don't have my kids. It's Tuesday, y'all. And he just texted me where we're going to dinner on Thursday. On Tuesday. This is how you date. This is how you...
Okay, so first of all, stop yelling at me. Second of all, these girls, they want to complain, oh, you know, these guys, they don't know how to treat a lady. What happened to chivalry? Chivalry is dead, gentlemen. If you guys are out here being chivalrous, paying for dates for 40-year-old single mothers with the body count in the double and triple digits, I don't know what to tell you. And more often than not, guys, it is the triple digits. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we're going to be looking at this particular TikTok, breaking it down, as well as having a look at a couple of other stories. One of which is titled The Wall. Stop saying women have an expiration date for dating and marriage. Because, you know, the truth of it is, they do have an expiration date, guys. If you want to be someone out here dating this lady who is, you know, more masculine than most men these days, I mean, go out and be my guest, but I wouldn't recommend it. Guys, if you're new here, you're liking the videos, make sure you subscribe on your way in. Come and join the Discord, link in the description if you haven't already. And as always, guys, if you'd like to support the channel, make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description. If you're interested in supporting the channel, that's a great way to do it. The link is somewhere below the video. But guys, we're going to go moment by moment and break down this TikTok before we get into today's stories.
Update on Captain America. We had our second date last Thursday. He picked sushi, text me the place. Oh, bold. I like it.
Okay, here's the thing. Girls do like when you take the lead and you set plans. None of this. You guys, I'm sure you guys, for those of you still on Facebook, you'll see these posts about how couples will go back and forth with each other. Oh, what do you want? Oh, what do you want for dinner? I am never doing that crap. Okay, if you go on a date, guys, you set the place. If she really has a grievance with it, fine. But you take the lead. You say where you're going and stuff like that. Okay, so that's like completely normal. Leading in dates is expected for men. If you're a guy and you go on a date and you don't lead, expect to not see the girl again. If you don't show some kind of backbone or direction as to where you're going, expect to never see the girl again. Okay, or if you do see the girl again, expect to be kind of milked for your money, your attention, and your time. Okay, the other note here as well is they're on their second date. Okay, now in 2021, gentlemen, if you're getting no play by the second, third date, just call it. Okay, hell, I don't even recommend going on dates these days. That's how bad the situation is. But if you're a guy, you're going on dates and you've got no action by second or third date, just dip out, to be honest. And make sure you're setting dates towards the evening time. None of this midday lunches and then trying to get her back to your house, guys. It's just a giant pain in the ass.
Didn't like back and forth for days asking me what's my favorite. He just picked a fucking place. Thank you. I said, is it cool as long as it's gluten-free? You know what this man says to me? I'll call the restaurant and ask.
Okay, yeah, again, with the yelling, I don't know, when people make these videos, I don't know if they think it's quirky or funny when they're just yelling at the people watching. I don't get it. And I want you to imagine this, gentlemen. So let's just say you're at a long, hard day's work. You've been working all damn day. You come home, and then this is the tone that you're greeted with. And these are the mannerisms that you're greeted with. Okay, there are girls out there, gentlemen, who, quite frankly, most of them, they're not long-term material. Okay, I'm sick of seeing guys who, and I mean this in a respectful way. I got guys in my Patreon who will ask me about their dating situations and stuff like that. And a lot of the time, they're not salvageable situations. You can't turn 304s, you can't turn masculine people into good long-term girlfriends or wives. The solution that a lot of men are coming to at the moment is, well, I'm just going to move out of Western countries, and it's hard to argue with that. It really is. Because at the moment, what we're dealing with is girls who are yelling, girls who are entitled, and girls who think that they deserve the world, right? And the thing about this whole demanding a guy who's nice, don't get it twisted, gentlemen. They could choose a guy that was nice earlier in their life. Like there are plenty of guys who'd be willing to take them on dates, pay for things, call up. Who cares? All right, but they want to go through all the bad boys, and then they want to turn around at the end like this, and then go, oh, where are all the good men at?
What? And he did. And then he texted me back and let me know, yep, they have a whole gluten-free menu. That's how low the bar is. This man just shows me some, I don't know, common decency and just some kindness towards his date and her allergy.
Yeah, common decency, politeness. Hey, you have access to all of those things. You want to run through the bad boys. You want to waste your youthful years on the guys who treat you like crap, and then turn around and say, "Oh, well, that's how low the bar is. Just some basic courtesy." My man, there have been plenty of people out here willing to give you that common courtesy, but you know what? They weren't good enough. They didn't earn enough. They weren't tall enough. Oh, they're just boring, right? You see, these girls equate toxicity with interesting. That's the way it is. Like it's sad to say, and I wish it were a different way, gentlemen, but it's just simply not. Okay? A lot of the times, like these girls are not responding to positive behavior. If girls were interested in men who would go out of their way and do all of these things, hell, we'd have a lot less dating problems. You, like, but these girls are attracted to terrible behavior a lot of the time, or they're attracted to the guy and they will put up with their terrible behavior because he's attractive. You see?
And I'm like, oh, you're so thoughtful. I mean, he is thoughtful. So we're going out again this week. We've planned for Thursday again because it's when I don't have my kids. It's Tuesday, y'all.
So they're her kids. Okay, they're not this dude's kids. Where's the father of the children? And the responses you'll typically get are, oh, he's a deadbeat. Oh, he's terrible. Um, a few responses to that. One, if you removed him via the court, you don't have any right to say anything. Two, if he's not around, why is he not around? What is your selection process for men that'll stick around? Okay, like if you've gotten with a bad boy and you've had a kid to him and he's gone off, maybe you should actually vet your partners first, or actually be a responsible adult and not have children to someone who is going to run off. Like, is it that hard? It's really not that hard.
And he just texted me where we're going to dinner on Thursday. On Tuesday! This is how you date!
Okay, and we're going to wrap it off there. Don't yell at me or the audience how to date, okay? Because you have no idea. If you had a clue how to date, you would have a man already, okay? It's that simple. But guys, we're going to switch over to today's story, and let me just pull up a different screen. We'll have a look at a story first before we look at the wall and people complaining that the wall actually exists. Because a lot of these girls are still in denial. But we're going to jump into today's first article here, gentlemen, and it's a bit of cucketry. So the title is Girlfriend Goes Out for the Best Night of Her Life. And we're just going to jump straight in, and then we'll kind of dissect it as we go. Okay, so basically my girlfriend and I have already been in a little shake recently. She goes out with two of her friends to some bars and clubs. She says she didn't pay for a single drink and that it was good because it was her friend's B-day and everyone at the bar was having fun. Great, so far so good. Apparently, they meet up with a group of guys, three. They're about 25 for reference. My girlfriend and friends are all 21. They end up going back to their place and playing drinking games / smoking and having a great time. I'm genuinely glad she had a good time, and they all left the guy's house at like 4 a.m. Are we as men, are we really supposed to be this gullible these days? I gotta move my character. My character's a bit to the right, gentlemen. I gotta shove over a bit to the left, excuse me. But a guy's supposed to be this gullible these days. Like, make no mistake, men are literally conditioned to be this naive and stupid about the situation. Okay, I hope that if you're watching my videos and you're reading along this story with me, you already know that something went down. And hell, even if it didn't, which it probably did, even if it didn't, the amount of disrespect it takes to do that is ridiculous. Now, what you'll get is you'll get a bunch of girls who say, oh, so what? I want to go out and have a girls' night and get drinks off of random strangers at a bar and go to random guys' houses. So what? Like, if you weren't so insecure, then that wouldn't matter. Here's the thing, okay? These girls who want to go out and act like they're single, let them be single. You know, like there's no argument with me. You want to go out, you want to have a girls' night, you want to go stay at some dude's house. Okay, bye. You don't come back. You're gone. Like these people will put up with such a tremendous amount of disrespect, and then what society will do, guys, is society will say, if you disagree with this, if you disagree with the behavior of this guy's girlfriend, or if you're in this situation yourself, you know what? You're insecure. I'm sorry, but when did we confuse insecure with having some level of self-respect? You see how like society is just slowly manipulating this stuff so that it's a very slippery slope to coquetry. You see, it's become disgusting, it's become shameful to limit girls' options. When they're in a relationship with you, you best prepare for some insults and derogatory terms thrown your way if you don't want your girl acting like she's single. That's the state that we're at today. But let's continue with the story, and I gotta find where we're up to. Alrighty, so she goes back to their houses. They end up going back to their place and playing drinking games and smoking, having a great time. Blah blah blah. She leaves at 4 a.m. As she's telling me about her night, she mentions that it was honestly the best night of her life. I was a little taken aback and responded saying, like, what about the night we first met, or what about our real first date when we became official and saw stars on the roof? Amazing nights, in his opinion, very sentimental stuff, not like raging and partying, and probably the best in my life, and she used to say the same. She stood her ground, and while I'm not really mad about anything she did, it made me feel pretty insignificant that she values partying with her friends and random dudes more than the really sentimental times with him, excuse me. For reference, we've been dating for about 9 months. She was very happy about the night, and I don't like raining on her parade. That comment just made me feel crappy, and I don't know if I should mention that I'm upset about it or if it's completely stupid. These situations are disgusting to me, man. Like these girls, once they feel as though they can walk, this will happen with the majority of girls, okay? And the majority of guys too. When people feel like they can walk over you, make no mistake, they will. It just takes a little bit of time. Okay, so these girls who they treat the guy really nice at the start of the relationship, and then you know what? Oh, there's just some more interesting guys out on town, and there are a few. Such a coincidence, right? That they're just an attractive and nice age above the girls. If you didn't know, gentlemen, girls prefer guys who are older than them. So all of these things just kind of line up. And this guy, the part that this guy's mad about or upset about, is the sentence that she said about the best night of her life. My man, he should have been out the door before that sentence even came out of her mouth. Okay, I'm sick of this. We're just going to normalize cucketry, and we're just going to normalize people acting single while they're in relationships. That's why a lot of men are looking at. There's a whole bunch of reasons why men are looking at relationships differently these days. But one of them is, what the hell is the point of being in a relationship with someone when they're not really in the relationship? You can stay single, you can live the bachelor life, you can completely go your own way. But a lot of men are looking at this and going, wait a minute, uh, yeah, I don't care, or yeah, I'm not interested. I'm done with these situations because, we may be looking at this, and I'll get guys who say, "Oh, Taylor, you cherry pick this crap. Taylor, you pick the videos, blah blah." It's like, okay, sure, but you cannot deny the fact that these situations are incredibly common, and I'm talking incredibly common. This was literally just at the top of this Reddit. Okay, and yeah, it's an upvoted one, but I'll just go on these Reddits, and these are very easy to find. It's not as if I'm digging for these life situations, and there are plenty of men in the comments who will tell you, hey, you know what, my situations, my relationships were like that. Like this kind of crap, guys, is what society is devolving into. To pretend otherwise, like I don't know, man. But we're going to move on to today's next article here, and I'm going to have to readjust the screen for you guys. But it is an interesting one, a bit of a laugh. Now let me find this so I can readjust for you guys. But girls are getting mad. They're getting pretty upset that the wall is a real thing. They think that they can deny it, and you know what? They can't. The wall is real, and it is coming. So these girls complaining about, oh, I can't find a nice chivalrous man. Nobody cares. Okay, the wall is real. You can look up stats on it. It's very simple to see. The age preferences between men and women are different. Men prefer youth, and women typically prefer a man who's a few years older than them. Okay, and men prefer the same youthful age their entire damn life, basically, and that's what the wall is, guys. Okay, so these girls hitting 35, 40, yeah, no guys are interested. I mean, like, you just become less and less valuable. But let's get straight into this article here, and oh my goodness, it is. Oh, we're gonna have to move a bit of this away. And there's, look at them, they're citing stuff like they know what they're talking about. All right, let's pull this up a bit and move this over. But guys, the wall is a real thing. Don't let these girls will try and pretend like it isn't, but it certainly is. All right. Goodness me, what am I doing here with the resizing, gentlemen? Okay. Alrighty. And this is from our favorite place online, gentlemen. It's called Evie. All right. The idea is that once women pass this peak in physical attractiveness and fertility, there's a sudden and brutal diminishment of their market value, forever making them worthless and unmarriageable compared to young women. I mean, you can find a sucker to marry you for sure, but like like it's going to be not the man you probably wanted, right? The wall, putting an age limit on women. Most men in the manosphere, guys, there's the link. Look at that. That's crazy. They're onto the situation. Who talk in depth about this subject don't deny that if a woman has good genes and takes care of her health, then she can remain physically attractive into her 30s. How generous. So this woman's above 30, I take it. They do, however, claim that in comparison to an 18-year-old, even a healthy, beautiful 30-year-old woman will always be high status man's second choice. These men, who often categorize themselves as pickup artists and masculinity gurus, fail to acknowledge the fringe nature of their perspective about male and female relations and how most men live in the real world, not online. Well, as someone I'm neither a pickup artist or a masculinity guru, I still agree with this sentiment here. Guys, 18-year-old is going to beat a 35-year-old. Like, it just... 35-year-olds are not fertile, gentlemen. They're running out of the damn time. Okay, so it's not even my opinion. It's science, and these people want to have a cry about it. I mean, you can cry about science all you want, but it still exists, and it's still thing. It's still a thing. So these girls trying to say, "Oh, look at these terrible masculinity gurus and pickup artists." No, a lot of men know this fact. You ask any man, in fact, the purpose is it's a scientific study. So if you were to ask a man who's not a pickup artist or not a masculinity guru, he's still going to prefer younger women. You see that? But these girls, they want to tell themselves, man, they really want to believe their lies. Certainly with the advent of hookup culture and dating apps, there are unfortunately more men out there than ever who do think this way. No, it is a biological fact that men think this way. None of this result of dating apps and hookup culture. No, men prefer younger women. Okay, but the vast majority of single men looking for wives and long-term commitment are looking for a woman with age similarity and personality compatibility, not the hottest, youngest lady at the club. No, men who are interested in having families want someone who is fertile. I don't know how you can screw up interpreting that. Can you imagine just misinterpreting that, screwing that up? To have a family, you need a girl who is fertile. Like, are we just going to throw that out the window? Okay. Oh yeah, I can freeze my eggs. Okay. Nobody cares. It still doesn't change what men are biologically attracted to. All right. So I don't know, man. These arguments just fall apart at like 2 seconds worth of looking. People with a 0 to 3 year age gap tend to have more marital success. Well, I mean, here's the thing, okay? People with a 0 to 3 age gap, women select for this. Men do not select for this. It's almost as though, wow, crazy guys, crazy thought here. It's almost as if the women are the ones that select their partner. And women select by this. Women select by age gap, sure. So if you look at the women's graph, they tend to select men who are a few years older, and men tend to choose young women. It doesn't change from that, hence the wall. This is a selection process that women do. Okay, so they think that just because they do it, it should apply to men as well. You see how they take what they think and then they just want to put it onto men and say, "Oh yeah, that'll work just fine." No. Men don't think like that because we don't care about that. I'm not interested. If I'm a 45, 50, 60-year-old man, I'm not interested in 63 to 57-year-olds. That's just, if I'm 60, I'm not interested in people with a 3-year age gap from me. Like, you're still going to, guys are still going to be attracted to youth, right? But guys, we're going to wrap up today's video here and see if there's any more interesting stuff in this article. All right, here. Oh no. Maturity and life experience greatly define our attraction to others, and most men desire a woman for deeper reasons than just this 18-year-old is hot and fertile. Many men choose women on the basis of shared religion and values, common interests, personality, and compatibility, and the desire for companionship, all of which can be offered by a woman of any age. Wow, we're just in fantasy land, I suppose, guys. Hey, if you're looking for a partner, guys, I suppose just go out and look for maturity and life experience. Don't look for someone that you're attracted to. Don't look for someone who's feminine or fertile or ready to have a family. Hell, guys, women can provide those things at any age. But we're going to leave the absolute clownery there, guys. If you enjoyed, make sure you subscribe on your way out. Come and join the Discord, link in the description if you haven't already. And as always, guys, if you'd like to support the channel, a great way to do that is through the Patreon. So if you're looking to become a supporter of the channel, the link for that is somewhere below the video. But guys, we're going to call it there. As always, take care of yourselves, and I will see you boys in the next one. Peace.